Wait, it's the kids next door?
Nothing goes according to plan the whole time. Nothing. This is part of your story. How are we going to embrace it tonight? How do we attack this? All right? Now, a lot of teams love to say, hey, we'll take on anybody anywhere. Y'all hear that, right? We'll take on anybody anywhere. But few people actually mean it. Few people actually mean it. It's a Monday at 6 p.m. with another game 3 days down the road. Anybody, anytime, we're ready. Everybody feel me on that? You already know what it is. 35-0 on three. Ready, 1, 2, 3, 35-0.
Hey, look, real quick. We got 5 minutes to get our mind right, 5-minute walk. We're loose right now, and that's fine. I don't mind that. I hope y'all understand whenever your feet hit that turf, it counts. It doesn't matter if it's Monday. It doesn't matter we're not at home. There's no reloads, no redos. When it hits that turf, it counts. It is on. I don't care that it's not Friday. I don't care that we're not at home. None of that matters tonight. All that matters, there's a team on the other side of that door that wants to end your region win streak. There's a team on the other side that wants to stop you from winning a state championship. So whatever the circumstances are, throw them out the window.
The Seckinger game is just it. The playing on a Monday night was a first for me. Been doing it for 19 years now, but I've never played on a Monday night, and it was kind of surreal. Like, it was just a weird week of, are we going to play on Friday? Oh, we're not going to play. Okay, can we get it in on a day early? Are we going to play on Saturday? And then it just got pushed to Monday, and you're thinking, okay, so we're also going to play on Friday. So you just the moment is 100% playing on Monday night at 6 o'clock, and you're looking up and you're thinking, it's not dark yet. This is really weird. It's just different. And I think that I won't forget that. Like, that played on a Monday night. It was Monday night football, and you're looking around. You're like, you just never know in this game in high school, like, what your next experience is going to be. And it's always fun. It's always keeps you on your toes. You're always coaching kids, and you just never know what's going to happen. And then you play a game on a Monday night. And I just thought that was really cool. It was different, and it kind of was something that kind of made you think, okay, I'm going to have to work really hard this week because the kids need to feel like there's stability in this. And I think it just pushed us to do better.
Yeah, I had the first points of the game. We had a 38-yard field goal that I made, and it felt pretty good since that was my first field goal attempt in like 6 weeks. I don't really pay attention to like the situation going on. To me, every kick's the same, so I don't really think of the moment. I just trust myself and go out there and make the kick.
We're playing on a Monday night at 6 o'clock, so the energy's just a little off. First drive of the game, we end up getting down there, throwing a pick, and then we don't touch the ball again until a few minutes into the second quarter. So it's easy to feel a little panicked or a little pressed, like something needs to happen or that we're starting slow, and we end up throwing a corner route to Jordan Carasquillo. He takes it down the sideline about 40 yards, and we score, and it's kind of like, all right, we can take a deep breath. It's Monday night, but it's still football.
Communication's everything for the offensive line and the QB. If you're all on the same page, you're all going to block it up right. And if you block it right, then you give the quarterback and the running back and the wide receivers a chance to do what they do.
Essentially, circumstances didn't matter. It didn't matter that we were playing a game on a Monday out of our comfort zone, away from home. All that mattered was that, we were undefeated. We were the number 3 team in the country. We had a region win streak that we had to protect, and that's all that mattered at the time. I talked about just how temporary time was going to be. You know, they intentionally were trying to shorten the game. They were taking the play clock all the way down to 0. It was a close game at halftime, and I knew that we weren't going to get a lot of reps in the second half. So if those things that we've talked about all year are important to them, if it's things that they want to try to protect, goals they still want to achieve, they have to make every play count, because we're not going to get a lot of them, and we have to make sure that we maximize every single one that we get.
We prepared to make sure I read our keys, make sure, since we knew they ran a wing tee, make sure our keys are correctly going in the right place, and make sure to stack the box so they can't run the ball at all.
We had a nice block punt in the Seckinger game. I mean, we have one of the best special teams in the state, and Coach Vinny called the right play, and we blocked it up and ended up returning it.
Hey, the challenge was day doesn't matter, location doesn't matter. Anybody that wants to take away what we're working for, our goals, our dreams, we'll show up, we'll protect it. You did that tonight. I challenged you at halftime to go dominate, Offensively, I think we were 10 for 10 on explosive plays in the second half. We flipped the switch offensively and got after it. Defense played solid all game long. I'm proud of you guys. Remain comfortable with being uncomfortable, because it's still going to be a funky week until we get to Friday. Remain comfortable with being uncomfortable. Come ready to work, because we got a challenge on Friday with a quick turnaround. We're going to take care of you, but we're going to have to empty the tanks this week.
So I get that question a lot. What is player development? So it's a lot of leadership, right? So during the week, we line up speakers for the players to hear, and not just our voices, but other voices, and talk to them about being young men and better young men, and developing them really off the field more than on the field is what my role is so these guys can become better husbands, fathers, dads, employees one day. So it's more of that. On a Friday night, it's about keeping coaches and players in check a little bit, right? When things get crazy, it's being the old guy on staff, right? Sometimes I think, I just turned 61, so it's the old guy on staff that keeps them a little bit in check and keeps them calm and kind of be the voice of reason. So there's different facets and roles. It's sitting with Coach Reeves on a Monday or a Saturday on a phone conversation talking about the week ahead of us and the game just happened and what we can do to improve certain things. So there's a lot of various roles, but it's really a lot to do with off the field more than on the field, which is really kind of cool considering I coached for over 30 years on the field. So that's kind of fun.
We knew that it was going to be kind of a crazy week. Coach Reeves kind of does a great job of knowing when to push, when to pull back. So he had a good plan already in place for that week. But it just forced the guys to get a lot more mental reps. I think we knew that as long as we were fresh on Friday night, we had a good chance to go out and execute some stuff. So you don't want to do too much or put too much strain on their body throughout the week. You want to give them some rest time. So just finding a way to do that in practice, but then them understanding like there is going to be these periods where we got to crank it up, and then we'll slow it down and have more of a mental week for you as we go along.
It's just you can linger on the game that you just won that night, but after that it's business again. You just got to refocus on the next game.
But I think the one thing here that Coach Reeves does great is he just has a great pulse for our kids. Like, he knows when to push them hard, when to ease up on the reins, how much work we need. He also tells us as coaches, like, hey, like, let's be simple. Let's, gear back a little bit. Let's run them hard here. Like, he does such a great job of knowing that pulse that there was no doubt that we were going to be more prepared than anybody else, because he just has a way of knowing exactly how much the work needs to be, how hard we need to run them, how hard we need to drive them. Like, it's really like a superpower. Like, I think it's really awesome to watch him do that.
We played Seckinger Monday. Then the next day we're practicing for Lanier, and I was pretty hyped to play 2 games in 1 week.
If you go here, reach, here, he's gaining ground, you've gained none. I gained ground, then I gained none, okay? So it's the only time we use a crossover step, okay? So now I'm here, cross. Now I've gained all that ground. I'm not gonna get reach. Go. There you go, that's a crossover, I like it. You notice he didn't give you that good a look. God dang, see?
I think for me, coaching in general just kind of like breaks down into a few key principles. The first one, it all starts with building relationships. It really doesn't matter what I've done or what I know. If these guys don't trust me and know that I trust them and we don't have that relationship, then we're probably not going to get very far. And then going from there into like honesty. You got to be honest with them and you got to be honest with yourself. I can't try to be someone I'm not, and I can't lie to them or they're going to pick up on that. And then just coaching every play. Receivers, typically you got 4 guys out there, so there should be something to correct or praise every play. And even if it's just telling a guy like good job, at least they're hearing your voice and they hear that voice continually through practice.
Good job, Coach.
Well, I think the standard line is obviously, hit, run, and have fun. I mean, I think that's probably where we start. It's just a very basic, we want them to all run, hit, and have fun, because ultimately football's a fun game. And I think the 2 things before them, running around and hitting, make it fun. So we kind of use that little tagline, but there's a little more into it. I think a lot of it's about being a coach who loves them. And I think that's one of the things about being a man, helping young men become men, is that you show them how much you love them, and it's okay to love each other. Because I feel like as a defense, the more that I love them and we show that we care about them as a defensive staff, the more they'll play for the brand, for us, and then they understand what it's like to love. And then that love translates to how hard they play for each other and the brotherhood that we have here. So I think most of it's built in love.
Med ball guy, I want you on the inside shoulder, okay? So he's here. Okay, I just want to work on with Iowa. Second step in the ground, you can go form or hand, I don't care, okay? But I want us to work on working through. So the front side guy have a combination. Does that make sense? Med ball guy, make him work. Here we go.
It just depends the day. On Monday, I usually kick field goals, and then you have kickoff and kickoff return with the team. Tuesday, I got a lot of balls too. Wednesday, also kick a lot. And then Thursday, just a walkthrough, so it's a lot of special kicks, like you're doing onsides. And then on Friday, pre-games when I get the most amount of field goals in, and also practice kickoffs.
Never said this. All right, we are having the best practice we have ever had. Ever.
The player development during practice, that's one of those things that we have great position coaches here. And the good thing here is I've been a defense coordinator now for 16 years, I think. And I've been places where I had to micromanage a little more and had younger coaches and had to help them. But here, that's more of what those guys in the position group see each day and what they prioritize. Now, we have an overall structure, the way we hit defense, the way we teach every fundamental that we have, we talk about. But the way that is developed is through the position coaches, because they're so good here. You don't have to worry about whether Coach Miller's going to do what he's supposed to do or Coach Estes, because they're already elite level coaches. So they do the best job at developing those kids to whatever that next level is what we need. I'll just take one of our edge players. Like one of their basic things is getting their eyes on the edge on a certain spot, and that tells them where to go. Our position coaches do a great job of like teaching them your eyes go here, then your eyes go there. And it's very it sounds kind of funny, but it is based in if you make the game really small, the big plays come. And I think our position coaches do a great job of doing that. I'm fortunate here that I don't coach a position specifically, but that just is another testament to how many great men we have here doing that. So the development is a little more hands-off here than I have in other places, but it is top-notch here throughout our program.
It's halftime. Hey, anybody know why we're in here? Anybody know why we're in here? Hey, anybody know why we're in here? Anybody know? Anybody know? I'm chaos. I'm momentum. I'm trying to steal your practice. I'm trying to give you a break. I'm trying to get you out of your rhythm. I'm trying to see if I can get you out of your rhythm because we were rolling. Probably having the best practice of the year. Can we go back out there and flip the switch? Can we go back out there and turn it on again? After sitting, the AC feels good. I made sure the fans were on for you guys. I know it feels good in the back. It feels great in the back. I had a great practice so far. Can we go do it again after a break? Can we keep it up for 4 quarters? That's the thing. That's the mindset.
So throughout the year, we'll kind of adapt what our main focuses are, but of course with receivers, you got to be able to catch the ball. So we'll spend a lot of time with that. And then we're really going to pride ourselves with being great blockers on the perimeter. A big emphasis for us going into this year was ball security and yards after catch. So that's been a primary focus in our drill work. And then, we'll get into the route running stuff, like are we working square cuts or top end routes or point breaks, and try to hit different drills, and we'll adjust, which ones we focus a little more on based on what we're doing that week or what we're struggling with as the year goes on.
The easiest way to say this is we're fortunate to have a lot of kids back on defense, and they are, they've been in this system, most of them now for 2 years, 3 years, at most. And I think the thing that they do really well is if we need to play base defense, we can play. Like they all know what to do. They all know how to line up. They all know the adjustments. And that helps to have an experienced team, because when you come in, I had to take Tuesday off just so I could watch Lanier's film from their Monday night game, get it all put together, and then get ready for practice on Tuesday for Lanier, which was a very light day for us. It was just an introduction, but it's one of those things where you have to push yourself into, okay, these next few days, I'm going to be tired, but I've got to keep pushing and find the best way to get our kids in the right spot. And I think what you do is you just kind of strip down things. You think, okay, what are the things that we do the best? That's what we're going to run this week. We're going to let our kids feel confident, do the right thing, do the thing that they feel good about. And that's how you get ready for somebody in 4 days, is just you focus on you a little more than you would on them in a normal week. And I think that was what we had to do, is just go, this is what we do good. Let's show them the formations. Let's line up. Let's show them what they do good. But let's just focus on us ultimately, and I feel like we'll do pretty well. The Lanier game, it's special to me. I was there for 12 years. My wife works there. 2 of my kids are Lanier Longhorns. So it was special to me because I helped start that place. They had let me be their defense coordinator first. And I was the interim head coach, and I really wanted that head job, and I didn't get it. And I was a lot crushed. And, I just keep telling everybody that God fixed it for me. He put me in this place, and he gave them a young coach who does a really good job. And I think everybody got what they needed out of it. And I don't think I knew that I need to be pushed out the door to go find greener pastures. I think it was just one of those things where God said, if you're not going to do it, then I'm going to push you and show you. And I found a place that I love. I love going to work every day. All the guys I work with are in the same season of life. We have kids roughly the same age. We're all friends. We all text. Like it's special. And I don't know if I'd have ever done that without that feeling of loss or rejection, and just knowing that God just went, hey, it's going to be okay. This is what we're going to do. And it was like a light switched when I got here. And I was just so thankful. And I've been so thankful since.
It was uncharted territory for sure. It was a situation to where, Coach Justin Miller, he's played in the league, so he's done a Sunday game and then had to turn around and play a Thursday game. So I picked his brain a little bit just on how that process worked in the NFL, read the room with our team. But ultimately, it was another game to where we had everything on the line, so it wasn't hard to get motivated. It wasn't hard to get ready because everything that we talk about, everything that we're trying to protect was on the line, and we just had to show up and get it done.
I ain't got nothing to say for you. Hey, where is he? That guy right there is one of my best friends in the world, all right? Listen, Willie, bro, come on. I want to put a 0 on the board tonight. Yeah. Do it for that guy. Yeah, right? Do it. Let's make it happen. Slide on 3. Seek and destroy. Hey, all slide for Willie.
Playing on Monday and Friday was definitely weird because you're only practicing really once during the week. It felt like a different sport, like I was playing baseball or basketball. We're having 2 games in the same week.
The kids kind of know the story, but I didn't want to make it about me all week, so I didn't really say anything. Some of the other coaches started telling them that, that it was something that was special to me. But I did have a little jab. It's a little quote I saw on the internet. I just thought was funny, and I thought the kids would really like it. And I just said, why do they have sidewalks? Because the streets ain't for everybody. And I just kind of likened it to the level that we're on here is a little different than some people's levels. And I felt like, when you get in the streets and fight it out, some people just stand on the sidewalk. Some people want to get in the war. And I just thought it was kind of a fun little quote that the kids really thought was funny, and the coaches did too. So it was good, all in good fun, I think. And I kind of fired them up, and I was super, super excited for the game.
It was actually the first play of the game. I pancaked the dude, and I just knew I was going to have a good game there.
Yeah, I reflect back on it was early in the game. I think backed up maybe on our own 31-yard line, 4th and 6, and call a fake punt. And it was a moment to where everybody had belief. Everybody was on board. That could have changed the game early on, just with field position and giving them some hope had we not gotten that. But there wasn't a doubt in anybody's mind that we were going to call a fake punt. Coach Sylvester did a great job all week of installing some things and getting the guys ready to go with that. And B, the kids wanted to do it. They wanted to play aggressively. They wanted to go after it. And so that moment just sticks out because it really trickled throughout the night. Just a night of dominance for us. And it was a mindset that whenever I gave the green light for that play and they got executed and everybody got fired up, I just knew what type of night it was going to be for us.
Play that many games in that short period of time. Physically, it's draining. You're tired, you're sore, but mentally, it's the same. You gotta just keep that business mentality. It's the next game, the next play. Just gotta keep focused on that.
I think it's kind of an overall effort from everybody in that game. Just a lot of things that we had been preaching leading up to it. Again, we knew the week was going to be a grind, playing on Monday, coming back and playing again on Friday, and we just kept preaching all week, you know, the effort is what's going to make a difference. And seeing that game, the way that effort and the way we played paid off for everyone. You know, we scored 7 touchdowns and 6 different guys scored. So it was just like an overall effort and kind of everyone, you know, getting that individual satisfaction for the effort they were showing, but then a big team success as well.
In the Lanier game, Luke had a great touchdown ball to CJ. The O-line blocked it up really well. Luke rolled out to his right and just dropped it right in there for CJ.
That they know they run the ball, and that their running back is pretty good, so we're gonna have to lock in a lot more so we can stop their running stuff. They didn't really have any receivers, and also our DBs are just very good, and our pass rush, D-line's pass rush is getting there, and our DBs, 2 Tennessee commits, they're pretty good.
Hey, proud of you this week. Like I said, nothing can distract us. Nothing can knock us off course. We know what our goals are. We're focused on them. 2 games in a week, here, there, practices everywhere. It does not matter. Nothing can get us unfocused. If you remember a month ago, I challenged you to start working each and every day, to get better each and every day, so that when you get to your next battle, you're ready. Your next battle is on Friday night. I promise you that. We won't go into a more hostile environment. We're going into a situation with a team good enough to beat us if we let them. Your next battle's Friday. So you show up on Monday ready to prepare for war, man. Let's get a break. Let's get out.